Kofi Atta Annan is a Ghanaian diplomat who served as the 7th Secretary-General of the United Nations from January 1997 to December 2006. Annan and the United Nations were the co-recipients of the 2001 Nobel Peace Prize for the work for a better organized and more peaceful world. Quote, "He is the founder and the chairman of the Kofi Annan Foundation, as well as being the chairman of the Elders, a group founded by Nelson Mandela. From the 23rd of February until the 31st of August 2012, Annan was the UN Arab League Joint Special Representative for Syria, to help find a resolution to ongoing conflict there. Annan quit after becoming frustrated with the UN's lack of progress with regard to conflict resolution, stating that, when the Syrian people desperately need action, there continues to be finger-pointing and name-calling in the Security Council. He has been involved in several humanitarian projects and won several awards, including the Kora All-Africa Music Lifetime Achievement Award in 2000. Early years and education. Kofi Annan was born in the Kofandros section of Kumasi in the Gold Coast on 8 April 1938. His twin sister Kofi Atta, who died in 1991, shared the middle name Atta, which in the Akan means twin. Annan and his sister were born into one of the country's Ashanti and Fante aristocratic families. Both of the grandfathers and their uncle were part of the Akan aristocracy. In the Akan names tradition, some children are named according to the day of the week on which they were born, and/or in relation to how many children precede them. Kofi in Akan is the name that corresponds with Friday. Annan has said his surname rhymes with canon in English. From 1954 to 1957, Annan attended the elite Mafont-Saipem School, a Methodist boarding school in Cape Coast founded in the 1870s. Annan has said that the school taught him that suffering anywhere concerns people everywhere. In 1957, the year Annan graduated from Mafont-Saipem, the Gold Coast gained independence from Britain and began using the name Ghana. In 1958, Annan began studying economics at the Kumasi College of Science and Technology, now the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology of Ghana. He received a Ford Foundation grant, enabling him to complete his undergraduate studies in economics at Macalester College in St. Paul, Minnesota, United States. In 1961, Annan then completed a diplôme d'études approfondies degree in international relations at the Graduate Institute of International and Development Studies in Geneva, Switzerland, from 1961–62. After some years of work experience, he studied at the MIT Sloan School of Management in the Sloan Fellows Program and earned a master's degree in management. Annan is fluent in English, French, Akan, some Kru languages and other African languages. In 1962, Kofi Annan started working as a budget officer for the World Health Organization, an agency of the United Nations. From 1974 to 1976, he worked as the Director of Tourism in Ghana. In 1980, he became the head of personnel for the Office of the UN High Commission for Refugees in Geneva. In 1983, he became the Director of Administrative Management Services of the UN Secretariat in New York. In the late 1980s, Annan was appointed as an Assistant Secretary-General of the UN in 3 consecutive positions: Human Resources, Management and Security Coordinator, Program Planning, Budget and Finance, and Controller and Peacekeeping Operations. When Secretary-General Boutros Ghali established the Department of Peacekeeping Operations in 1992, Annan was appointed to the new department as deputy to then Under-Secretary General Marek Goulding. Annan was subsequently appointed to succeed Goulding and assumed the office of USGDPKO in March 1993. He was therefore head of peacekeeping during the Battle of Somalia and the resulting collapse of the UNOSOM-2 peacekeeping mission, and during the Rwandan genocide of 1994. In 2003, Canadian ex-General Romeo Dallaire, who was force commander of the United Nations Assistance Mission for Rwanda, claimed that Annan was overly passive in his response to the imminent genocide. In his book Shake Hands with the Devil, The Failure of Humanity in Rwanda, General Dallaire asserted that Annan held back UN troops from intervening to settle the conflict, and from providing more logistical and material support. Dallaire claimed that Annan failed to provide responses to his repeated faxes asking for access to a weapons depository. Such weapons could have helped Dallaire defend the endangered Tutsis. In 2004, 10 years after the genocide in which an estimated 800,000 people were killed, Annan said, "I could and should have done more to sound the alarm and rally support." In his book, Interventions: A Life in War and Peace, Annan again argued that DPKO could have made better use of the media to raise awareness of the violence in Rwanda and put pressure on governments to provide the troops necessarily for an intervention. Annan explained that the events in Somalia and the collapse of the UNOSOM-2 mission fostered a hesitation amongst UN member states to approve robust peacekeeping operations. As a result, when the UNAMIR mission was approved just days after the battle, the resulting force lacked the troop levels, resources and mandate to operate effectively. Annan served as Under-Secretary General from March 1994 to October 1995. He was appointed as Special Representative of the Secretary-General to the former Yugoslavia, serving for 5 months before returning to his duties as Under-Secretary-General in April 1996.